Hey fellow collectors, I got a huge stack of slabbed cards that I got out of, I believe, the PWCC Vault. Fanatics Collect is now what it's called. And it could be PSA Vault. I don't really remember at this point. I retrieved cards from both of those vaults where I had been buying and selling. And then finally I decided, I've got too much to keep up with. I'm just going to sell off a bunch of cards that I really don't want long term for my collection, and then I'm gonna, the ones that I really care about, at least for the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in back home and not have it in the vault anymore, just not have to deal with it. So let's open these up and see what I got. Now I did have a ton of comic books too. Now I brought back home, and maybe I'll do another video showing off some of those, mainly Sonic the Hedgehog comics. There was a time when I went on an absolute just shopping, collecting spree with graded Sonic the Hedgehog comic books. I know it's a little bit niche. There's not a huge market for that, but those were something that I read when I was younger, and so it had a lot of nostalgia for, so got quite a few of those. All right, so let's just kind of go through these and tell you, just kind of show you what I really like to collect. I don't think these are really anything here really speculative. Mainly I'm thinking like 7th edition foils and some Star Wars stuff, maybe some Pokemon. I think we got a Lieutenant Surge's Pharaoh in here. So I'm just going to put these over here, and we'll go through one by one here. I'm trying not to make this a super long video because there's a lot of cards here. So we got Star Wars out of 5 here. I want to say I spent like $100 on this card, something like that. Nice card. I don't usually anymore, if it's a 1 of 1, I'll go for it. But I try to stay away from buying too many serialized cards just because there's so many, when you start, there's a lot of tiers of them. And we got 7th edition foil here. You got your out of 99s. I think you got out of like 199s, and just a lot of tiers. So it adds up when you go after a large number of cards, like I have done in the past before. So we got a lot of just 7th edition, not 7th edition foils. I'm sorry, old school shooting star foils. Squeeze Embrace, Rebecca Guay. So I love Rebecca Guay artwork. As you can see, we got Bloodline Shaman, just really nice cards. I feel like these have really come down. I really felt like they had a lot of potential at one time, and it just seems like since the all the pop culture collaborations have really kind of taken center stage. People love the modern stuff. There's more Rebecca Guay, Enchanted Evening, love that card. And also, like, they're redoing the shooting star foils. Like, they're just bringing back the retro foil. Just like these cards can just be reprinted. I don't think people really want the old ones. This is just Throne of Eldraine. I like the fairy tale vibes of that, so I just like the theme of that one. We got Abundance, more Rebecca Guay. We've got All That Glitters, so that's again, more Throne of Eldraine. You'll see some more of those. Once Upon a Time, love this card. This is so cool. I've got some artist proofs. I got a playset of artist proofs of this and all of the different foil variations with a actual like custom painting or drawing, color drawing on the back, which is really nice. I'll have to show that in another video sometime. We got more Rebecca Guay. Again, I'm trying not to spend too much time on each card because I got quite a few here. I got more Throne of Eldraine. So you're seeing a kind of common theme here. Here we got some of the some more old school ones from other sets. We got Odyssey, Embolden, and this is cool because it's a pristine 10. Right, and they have the new label for CGC, including a new label for the Pristine, and these are old labels, you'll notice. And I don't own any CGC cards in the new label, just personal opinion. I like the blue labels because I like how consistent it is with the comic book ratings label and the video games, and their VHSs now. And I just don't know why they're inconsistent now with the trading cards. I think it looks great. They could just, revise the label a little bit, but keep that blue theme there. We got Throne of Eldraine, Emery, Lurker of the Loch, very nice. Look at that, Death Sprout. So this is Seb McKinnon. I like his artwork as well. What is this? War of the Spark. Cool art. And then, classic Urza's. Man, this slab's got some scratches on it. So Gem Mint 9.5, Quicksilver Amulet, pretty nice. I like the art on this. And anything from Urza's, just these old foil rares. Again, I used to think that these actually had, I like to collect them. I just like to own them. But, I really felt like they had more, even speculative potential because they're just, they're old school shooting star foils and they're hard to get, in good condition. But I think people just don't care since they started bringing out like, the retro foil back. Now we got some Final Fantasy here. Lightning, full art from Emissaries of Light. Very cool. So we got a few Final Fantasy cards here. I do collect Final Fantasy TCG. Not a lot of action for Final Fantasy TCG I noticed in the market, despite the the franchise popularity in games, which is kind of surprising. Wave 1 foils, harder to get. Again, just very nice looking cards. Great franchise. I think they did a good job with it, but I don't know why the card game just can't pick up more steam, given the popularity of the video games. This is cool. This is a Road to World Championship promo card. These are pretty cool. I don't know how limited these are. There's just not a lot of interest for Final Fantasy TCG in general, but I think these are a little bit harder to get. Now we got a Pokemon card here, Shadowless Lass. I was going after those for a while because I was like, the Shadowless cards from base set I felt like were kind of underfollowed, and I guess I don't think that there's really a lot of upside to them. I think people will always prefer just the first edition. Shadowless, I think, will remain kind of niche despite its lower popularity in the PSA Pop Report. Here's a nice Weiss Schwarz card. It's like the art on that. Got a signature. Look at that. It's like a rainbow signature. That's really nice. And Japanese one. The English ones for these Weiss Schwarz cards are definitely harder to get than the Japanese ones, but I like that. I really just love these old school trainer cards. Just the not full art, but just the hollow background of these original trainers from Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge. Very, very nice. I've got a few of these, I believe, and some other trainers as well. I believe they were like, they range between like $300, $500 a card, maybe more for like the Misty, I think. Here's Lieutenant Surge's Pharaoh. I think when I bought this, maybe it was like around $1,000 to $1,200, something like that. It seems to, I think, fluctuate in that range. I haven't really been keeping up with, here's another hollow Sabrina. I haven't really been keeping up with the market for vintage, but I think my understanding is it's like kind of trending down, especially compared to modern. Here's a Huatli, Warrior Poet, Ixalan. Very cool. I just like this. I don't think it was super expensive. She was a really cool new dinosaur flavored Planeswalker that I believe premiered in Ixalan. So I thought that was just a cool card to have. And we got more Rebecca Guay here. Planeswalker's Favor. This is really cool. Pristine 10. Since I'm not really interested in the new CGC labels, I'm just holding on to these blue ones. I'm not going to reholder them. Maybe they'll have some collector value in and of themselves. We got more Seed Time. I love these Seed Time cards. I have several of these. Definitely did not sell those. So these are the best of my vault that I did not sell. Convalescent Care, Greg and Tim Hildebrand. Classic artists for Magic the Gathering. Fantasy artists. More Seed Time. Got a bunch of 9s of these. Rebecca Guay Abundance. Okay. Getting down to the last few cards in this box here. Mystical Dispute. Throne of Eldraine. Okay, so you can see the theme of the kind of cards that I decided to keep and that I just enjoy having in my collection. Bunch of Seed Times. Yeah, again, these are just ones that I just enjoy having in my collection. Don't really have plans to sell these. And I really don't have any kind of speculative hope around them either. I used to be, I enjoy old school Magic foils, but at the same time I felt like there's got to be some potential in these because they're so hard to get in good condition, right? And so I was buying them up too, but I really don't see that really happening, at least not at this time in the market. Let me know what y'all think about these old school foils, vintage Pokemon, what y'all think the future of these are, and I'll see y'all in another video very soon.